The Cavaliers have a chance at making a sneaky good move after many fans are requesting that the Cleveland Cavaliers acquire a backup center, and the Cavs have been looking elsewhere, mainly at the guard position. If they want to acquire a backup center, I have the perfect fit for them. As I saw an X post today saying, should the Cleveland Cavaliers add this player for some bench depth? And I thought, you know what, I should make a video on this, share it with you guys, as I think that this could be a great pickup for the Cavaliers, or a sneaky good move, because yes, statistically this guy seems like kind of a bum, but overall I think that this would be a sneaky good move for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hey everyone, happy Monday. Matt Palange here at Cavs Digest. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As I said, it's a Monday. I know if you had your first day of work, your first day of classes, like people like me, I hope they went well, and I hope that you guys are still trying to stay updated with the Cavaliers as football season is around the corner. But, us diehard basketball and Cavs fans want that season to start in a couple months. So we're really excited for that. But let's see what the Cleveland Cavaliers offseason and what's going on. That's not what we're talking about in this video. Instead, we're talking about a specific player that I have found. We'll stick with Bismack Biyombo is his name. For some of you that may not be a diehard basketball fans, you may have heard this name for meme reasons, but if you are a diehard basketball fan, you've definitely heard the name Bismack Biyombo, especially the fact that he actually has played against, he has a decent history, a decently long history against the Eastern Conference with LeBron James in there. Played for teams like the Hornets, the Raptors, recently played with the Grizzlies. I think he just finished with the Spurs last season. I think he played on 2 10-day contracts with the Spurs last year. Now you're thinking, oh, we want a guy on a 10-day contract on our team. Well, let's talk about this, because I'll be honest, I see you guys commenting all the time, and I say it all the time. I want the Cavs to acquire a backup center. But based on the depth chart, I don't think they're going to get a backup center, and we're going to talk about that here as this video continues. I know you guys are going to be upset about hearing me say that. I don't think the Cavaliers are going to acquire a backup center, because I believe they think they have a backup center anyway. So let's continue talking about Bismack Biyombo. So he is a veteran. I believe he has played 14 seasons in the NBA. But not only is he a veteran on the court, he's also a veteran off the court. He donated his entire 2021-22 NBA salary to hospitals in Congo, or to build hospitals in Congo. He's built education systems as well in Congo. So shout out to Bismack Biyombo. He is a phenomenal dude with a great history, and he is a veteran in the game of basketball, specifically on the defensive side, his shot blocking ability. This is a guy who was in his 13th season with the Memphis, or overall, and he played for the Memphis Grizzlies. He did get released, but he was able to crash the offensive glass at a very high ability to get putbacks and, clean up the mess of his teammates' misses. He's also one of the best things I like about Biyombo's game over his career. He's phenomenal off the screens, and he's a great screen setter. He would be really, really good in the pick and roll with guys such as Donovan Mitchell, and I could see him just being a great pick and roll asset. Yes, he cannot shoot, but he's still a good player. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think Bismack Biyombo is great for the Cavaliers if they could acquire him. This was the tweet that I saw. I'll dive more into that in a second here. Don't have any stats on Bismack Biyombo, excuse me for that one. But anyways, we're going to continue on with the video here. I'm sorry about that Malik Beasley graphic. But for Bismack Biyombo, actually I do have his stats, sorry. Those were not his stats. I do have his stats. Here are his stats. So you kind of see, he played a long time, but if you look at the highlighted, that was his most recent season at the 5.3 points. I know it's going to be hard for you to see, but you can kind of see some 5.5 points, 7 points. You can see 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1.5 blocks, stuff like that. That's kind of what he's going to give you. He's going to give you a couple points. He's going to give you a couple boards. He's going to give you 15 minutes. He's going to give you a block or 2. That's what I like about Biyombo, and that's what you guys seem to want. I believe he's, 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". He's around that area. He is on the older side, so he would have to be a veteran presence, but I still like what Biyombo can bring to the floor based on stats alone and the fact that he has a lot of playoff experience. If you look at some of the teams that he's played for, a lot of the teams have experience, and of course with the Spurs last year, he didn't really get many games to play, but he did manage to get a couple chances, and he had a really, really solid season. I think that he brings a lot to the Cavaliers. So this was a tweet that I saw. Shout out to Across the Cavs that gave me this video idea. And it kind of made me realize, if you guys really want them to acquire a backup center, what is the asking price for this, and why And why do we want it so bad? And that's kind of where I'm at, because we want a backup center. I believe that this would be a sneaky good move that a lot of people would be like, oh, Bismack Biyombo, a bum. He's like a 10-day contract player. Oh, this and this and that. But the Cavs do need a backup center, and they would get that bench depth perfectly. And you can also just throw in a center, because when you look at the rostered centers, if you don't count Evan Mobley, you just count Jarrett Allen. It would be Jarrett Allen and Larry Nance technically, if Larry Nance is counted as a center, not a power forward, which he is a power forward. But if you count him as a center, he would be a center. So you'd have like 2 technically. So let's pull that up. Here we go. This was from Fear the Sword, I believe. This was the Cavs depth chart. This is who is marked as their bigs. We're going to say power forward, small. We're going to say power forward and center. Do you guys notice something? Why in the hell is Naquan Tomlin and Dean Wade a center, or consider a big? They might play the 4, bro. Naquan Tomlin would feast at small forward shooting guard. We're going to put Naquan Tomlin at power forward. Are we serious? Dean Wade can't rebound. Dean Wade can't rebound. And this is why we're asking for a backup center, guys, because there's 2 guys here that can rebound. One's name is Evan Mobley, and the second's name is Jarrett Allen. They're both in the starting lineup. Both of these guys start and play next to each other, so you don't have a backup center if you eliminate them. Then you have Larry Nance Jr. there, who is a backup, but he's like 6'8". You don't want him playing backup center, but you are. You're going to have him as the backup center and Dean Wade as the backup power forward. Or you got Naquan Tomlin there. What the heck is he going to do at the center position? Holy moly. He's athletic and can rebound for a small forward, but he's not playing the big. And I would hate to see Dean Wade guard Miles Turner in the post. Because let me tell you, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen struggle to do it. Let me see Dean Wade try to guard Miles Turner in the post. But, all right, let me stop ranting, guys. I'm sorry. Let me breathe. The reason I wanted to show this is because I see your guys' comments, and I talk all the time about the Cavs' biggest need is a backup center. But I think about it, I'm like, would they even get a backup center? And then I look at this depth chart, and I see Fear the Sword say, arguably the Cavs' strongest position group, as if, our guards aren't loaded. This is so disappointing. But anyways, let me stay on track. The reason I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to acquire a backup center is because when you look at this depth chart below, the projected depth chart, this seems like what the Cavaliers' mindset is as well. It seems like they're okay with Dean Wade playing power forward inside, playing power forward. It seems like they're okay with Larry Nance playing center. They don't care about just getting Charles Bassey, or getting Bismack Biyombo. They don't want a day-to-day center. They don't want a day-to-day backup center. They want to put a power forward there. It seems as if Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen are just going to play in place of each other. When Jarrett Allen goes out, Evan Mobley stays in. When Evan Mobley goes in, Jarrett Allen stays out, or they're both in the game together. They both can't be out at the same time, bro. You can't have no Mobley or no Allen on the court unless you're either losing by 40 or winning by 40. So it is a really, really tough scenario for the Cavs at the center position. But I think that it would be a really sneaky good move if the Cleveland Cavaliers can go out and acquire Bismack Biyombo to fill in that final backup center position. And that's just my opinion. If you guys disagree, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this Monday. I hope everyone has a great week. I'm sure I'll stop in with another video for you guys. I hope you guys are staying updated with opinions on the Cavs, but also the news on the Cavs, just like Malik Beasley yesterday. So thank you guys so much. I'm Matt Palange, and have a good one.